Welcome to the first BeginChess.com chess video. Hopefully this is the first in many future videos. These videos are mainly for my training purposes. I feel that by commenting on these topics that it will actually help my chess, and at the same time it'll also give the internet community a benefit as well. Today we're going to talk about the Caro-Kann as white, from white's perspective, and a lot of this is going to be based on what is recommended in the book Chess Openings for White Explained, winning with 1e4. I typically play the Scotch Gambit, which is a 1e4 opening, and one of the responses that kind of takes me out of my repertoire is when black plays the Caro-Kann, and I've had to face it a couple of times, and it hasn't been one of the defenses that I felt comfortable with. So I referred back to the book Chess Openings for White Explained, and this is what they recommend, and it seems to work for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain that. So we start with 1e4. And black plays c6, which signifies that they are playing the Caro-Kann defense. White immediately takes control of the center. Black plays d5, and what Roman recommends in his book is to play the exchange variation by taking the c-pawn, and this is what Bobby Fischer played against Petrosian, and he was very successful. Black takes, and white here needs to quickly play bishop to d3. This not only develops the bishop to an attacking diagonal, but it also prevents black from playing bishop to f5. Black's most frequent move is knight to c6, and black here needs to, white defends with c3. It defends the d-pawn without the need of the white bishop coming to f3. The white knight coming to f3 and preventing the black bishop from pinning the knight via g4. In this position, black has three possible moves: knight to f6, queen to c7, and g6. And we'll start with the most frequent move, which is knight to f6. White plays bishop to f4, placing his bishop on a very good diagonal. Black here has three responses: bishop g4, g6, and d6. We'll start with the most common, which is bishop to g4. This is black's most ambitious and popular move. Black develops his light squared bishop before he plays e6 so that the bishop doesn't get trapped. White immediately plays b3, queen to b3, attacking the b7 bishop. Now, black can defend the bishop with the queen in one of two ways. The most common move is queen to c8, defending the b7 pawn and threatening in some lines to play knight takes d4 to exchange the light squared bishop after knight h5 and then, bishop h5 and then bishop g6. Another option that black can play here is queen to d7. This is the second most popular response to queen to b3. It defends the b7 pawn, and it also enables a future bishop to d6. Let's go back to the queen c8 line. White plays knight to d2, and this move is to prepare knight to f3 so that if the black bishop takes on f3, white can retake with the d2 knight on f3 and maintain a knight on f3. Black plays e6. White develops his knight to f3. Bishop to e7. White castles. Black castles. White plays knight to e5 and takes control of the e5 outpost. Now black can either retreat the bishop or capture on e5. It's better to play bishop h5, and then white develops his rook to a1. Black takes. White retakes with the bishop. And, the position here is a little bit better for white. Has the better pawn structure, has the bishop on the e5 outpost. So now we're going to go back to this position. Sorry, we're going to go here. And this is what we saw before. The second most common move here for black is to play g6. The game plan for white does not change much. He still plays knight to d2 to prepare knight to f3. Black, of course, having opened the g7 square, he's obviously intending to fianchetto. And white plays knight f3. Black castles. White plays h3. Bishop f5. Trade. Actually here, even though black has succeeded in getting rid of the light squared bishop, he's actually compromised his G file. White immediately tries to open up the G file to attack the black king. So that is a very aggressive position for white, and he's a little bit better here as well. The other response after bishop f4, and this is not the greatest response for black, is to play e6. The problem with this is that the light squared bishop is now hemmed in, and black is basically limited to passive defense. The plan for white is to develop to f3, trade bishops, castle. And white takes over an important outpost square and prepares a powerful attack on the king side. His plan is to play f4, rook to e1, followed by g4, g5, and start launching his king side attack. I hope you've enjoyed this first video. We have much to learn and more things to do. Hopefully this becomes a new installment for BeginChess.com. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.